Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP Today. Marc Marquez's former Honda technician, Santi Hernández, has shared his insights on Marquez's adaptation to Ducati this season. Speaking on Motorbike magazine's YouTube channel, Hernández highlighted the challenges Marquez faced, his evolving maturity, and his potential as he continues to adjust to Ducati's machine. Here's more on how Marquez is finding his form and the impact of this transition on his career. Nine-time World Champion Valentino Rossi has shared his thoughts on Marc Marquez's arrival at Ducati Lenovo and its impact on the MotoGP dynamics. Rossi, who remains highly involved in the sport, also hinted at some frustrations with Ducati's decision-making process, as well as his own upcoming choices in endurance racing. Here's a closer look. With the 2024 MotoGP season coming down to the wire, Ducati is maintaining its hands-off approach regarding team orders between Francesco Bagnaia and Jorge Martin. However, Ducati course team manager Davide Tardozzi has issued a stern warning: avoid reckless actions. Here's what's at stake and why Ducati prefers to let its riders decide the outcome on track. With the 2024 MotoGP title within reach, Jorge Martin shares his thoughts on maintaining focus ahead of the season finale in Barcelona. Holding a 24-point lead over Pecco Bagnaia, Martin acknowledges that while he has the advantage, keeping a steady course will be crucial to secure the championship. Here's what he had to say about his strategy, the strength of his Pramac team, and his respect for Bagnaia. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Hernández pointed out that Marquez's switch to Ducati has showcased a more mature, strategic side of the rider. He emphasized the notable change in Marquez's riding style this season, as Marquez adapts from Honda's characteristics to Ducati's requirements. What I saw from Marc at the beginning of the season and these last Grand Prix is a much more mature, much calmer Marc. We're seeing a different style on the bike, smooth, controlled, and less on the edge. Quote from Hernández. In a standout performance at Aragon, Hernández noticed Marquez's growing understanding of the Ducati's handling. He likened Marquez's smoother approach to Dani Pedrosa's style, with fewer errors and movements on the track. Hernández believes this turning point could shape Marquez's approach moving forward. Hernández highlighted that Marquez's main objective this season was to prove his competitiveness. Setting realistic goals, Marquez first aimed for a podium finish, which he achieved, and then a race victory, which he secured in Aragon. According to Hernández, this victory was more than just a win, it was a psychological boost. For me, after the Aragon race, it was a turning point. Marc wanted to know he could compete again, and he's proven that. Now, he's building for next year, learning how to push the bike's limits and where to be cautious. In wet conditions, Marquez's instinct and timing shone. Hernández remarked that this ability to take risks and close gaps from the back remains one of Marquez's defining strengths, even if his overall race strategy has evolved. Hernández noted that switching brands is notoriously challenging, recalling how past champions like Lorenzo and Rossi struggled to adapt to Ducati. He praised Marquez for adapting quickly, pointing out that Marquez has limited experience with the Ducati, yet has managed 2 wins and a consistent spot on the podium. We must not forget that he has just got on the Ducati. He has 13 races, 2 wins, and is third in the World Championship. This isn't easy. Lorenzo, Valentino, they all found it tough to make this jump and compete at the top again. Hernández concluded. Hernández believes Marquez's success this season is a testament to his resilience and drive. As Marquez builds momentum with Ducati, he's not only adjusting to the new bike but also discovering a new level within himself as a rider. With Hernández's insights, it's clear Marquez's transition to Ducati has been about much more than just results. It's reshaping his approach to racing and reinvigorating his career. As he heads into the final rounds, Marquez's journey on Ducati continues to captivate fans, and Hernández believes there's much more to come from the 8-time world champion. Rossi expressed mixed feelings about Ducati's decision to bring Marquez into the official team for 2024. With this choice, Ducati let go of younger, loyal riders like Jorge Martin and Enea Bastianini, who have both shown promising results. Rossi admitted that he was surprised by the move, especially given Pecco Bagnaglia's recent dominance in MotoGP. "I thought Martin would be wearing red next year. Bagnaia doesn't need to find himself behind Marquez to prove he's number one," Rossi said, confident in Bagnaglia's abilities. Rossi believes the choice may create challenges, especially for loyal riders who were set aside for Marquez. He also noted the difficulty Bagnaia might face as he shares a box with a fierce competitor like Marquez, despite his academy rider's readiness for the challenge. Reflecting on his legendary career, Rossi recalled his impactful arrival at Yamaha, a team that hadn't won a title since 1992. Rossi's arrival in 2004 marked a turning point, leading Yamaha to championship victory. However, he pointed out that Ducati's current dominance, largely due to Gigi Dall'Igna's efforts, has left Yamaha struggling to keep up. "Yamaha was ready for me back then. I was the missing piece. But now, Ducati set the bar high, and I think the Japanese teams are finding it difficult to compete." Quote from Rossi. Rossi believes that the strategic moves by Ducati have changed the competitive balance in MotoGP, giving them a strong edge. He hopes that Yamaha can find a way to regain their former strength. Meanwhile, Rossi is considering a shift in his endurance racing schedule. While he competed in the LMGT3 World Championship and 7 rounds of the GTWC in 2024, he's contemplating joining the Endurance World Championship in 2025 to allow for more time with his family. Rossi has yet to finalize his decision but expects to do so after the SRO-organized event in Jeddah this November. Rossi recently tested a WC hypercar for BMW in Bahrain, recording his best time in the category, but remaining realistic about his chances of joining the hypercar class due to its high level of competition. "On one hand, I'm quite old, on the other, I'm still a rookie. But it's fun, even though the stress is high. I'll have to adapt my schedule," Rossi concluded. As Rossi weighs his options in endurance racing, his remarks highlight his ongoing passion for motorsport and his continued involvement in MotoGP. With Bagnaia and Marquez set to be Ducati teammates, Rossi's insights reveal the complexities of balancing experience with emerging talent in a sport where rivalries are as fierce as ever. Ducati heads into the season's final race in Barcelona with Bagnaia and Martin separated by just 24 points. Martin needs to outscore Bagnaia by 2 points to take the championship, but Ducati has opted not to enforce team orders. Tardozzi reiterated the team's stance, preferring a free battle for the title, despite some risks. "It's very difficult because Jorge and Pecco are playing for number one, but the two riders who can help this situation one way or the other are Marc and Enea. We've been telling them since mid-season, don't do stupid things between you." Quote from Tardozzi. Ducati's choice comes as both Bagnaia and Martin have consistently outpaced other competitors, even finishing over 7 seconds ahead of third-place riders at recent rounds. Tardozzi believes that keeping both riders free to compete will deliver a fair, exciting title race. Although Ducati has stuck to its no-orders policy recently, there is a notable history of attempted team orders. The 2017 Malaysian GP saw Ducati flash a mapping 8 message on Jorge Lorenzo's dashboard, signaling him to let Andrea Dovizioso through to keep him in title contention. However, in that year's Valencia finale, Lorenzo disregarded the order, illustrating the difficulty of enforcing such strategies. Since then, Ducati has preferred to avoid team orders, seeing them as disruptive to team morale and racer integrity. As Bagnaia and Martin battle for the title, Enea Bastianini and Marc Marquez are also fighting for third in the championship, separated by just a point. Tardozzi acknowledges that third place holds its own significance, adding complexity to any potential orders that could interfere with both pairs' battles. In the end, third place in the championship is not bad for many reasons. I think it will be difficult to discuss something like that. I like to let the riders be free to play for their own championship," Tardozzi concluded. The overlapping goals among Ducati riders make team orders difficult to enforce, and with so much at stake for all involved, Tardozzi hopes to avoid any internal conflicts. Ducati's "no team orders" stance is likely to make for a thrilling season finale, with Tardozzi's advice clear: fight hard but fight clean. With Bagnaia and Martin focused on the crown and Bastianini and Marquez fighting for the final podium position, Barcelona promises to deliver high-stakes action on every front. Jorge Martin has been clear: staying consistent and calm is his top priority as he approaches the last race. With the title potentially in his grasp after the sprint race, Martin knows it's now more about not making mistakes. He shared with Diario AS that, for him, it's more a question of losing it than winning it, and emphasized that he intends to keep his team's approach unchanged. "We have to keep it the same and try to be calm. If we try a revolution now to try to be faster, we don't have to change things. What has brought us here is our work and how we handle everything," he said, revealing that his main goal is to avoid unnecessary risks in Barcelona. Martin also reflected on his time with Pramac Racing, noting the unique bond he's developed with his team during this title fight. With changes coming next season, he feels this connection adds an extra motivation for him and his crew. "As a team with Pramac, we have created a stronger bond in these races. We know that after this year, everyone will go their own way, and the team will not be the same next year. I think this gives us strength, because this team will be unique and will never exist again," he said. Martin acknowledges Bagnaia's calm and collected nature, describing it as a quality he admires and respects. In their title race last year, Bagnaia's composed approach helped him clinch the championship, something Martin is taking notes on this season. "I think his coldness. I see him as a colder rider, and he is not as impulsive as me. At certain moments, it's good to stay calm to attack later. For me, those moments are harder because I'm more impulsive. He's already a 2-time MotoGP champion. He knows what it is, and I'm still new to this." As the season heads into its final race, Martin is focused on preserving his lead with caution and a steady approach. With Pramac Racing backing him in this last leg, he's poised to fight for his first MotoGP crown, and fans around the world are eager to see if he can hold off Bagnaia to capture the championship title. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. See you in the next video.